investors, and thank you very, very much for having us. We are Project Dragonfly, and we're really excited to show you the project that we've been working on this year. My name is Megan, and I'm the Chief Financial Officer for Project Dragonfly.
And my name is Alejandro. I'm the Chief Technical Officer for this project. Now, during this presentation, please, dear investors, feel free to check out our handouts. We have a customer pack and an investor pack. And for the audience, you'll find business cards with a QR code if you want to access the same handout our investors have.
Now I'm going to start by introducing you to two people. Firstly, we have Derek, and he's 42 years old. He's the General Manager of an insurance company in London, and he falls into the top 15% income bracket in the United Kingdom. He's seeking a race experience to escape the stress and the daily life that comes from working in the city 5 days a week. And now we have Jennifer, she's 35. She's a successful owner of a farm produce company in the countryside. She falls into the same income bracket as Derek, and she's seeking a race experience because the countryside doesn't quite offer that fast-paced environment she's looking for. So we have two people looking for the same thing, but there's one very key difference. Derek was unfortunately in an incident 4 years ago, which left him with a spinal injury. He now feels as if his racing dream is completely over.
Now we know something. We know that Derek is not the only person in the UK with a disability. Currently, there are 13 million people with disabilities in the United Kingdom. And then out of the population of the United Kingdom, 4.3 million think that people with disabilities are subject to prejudice and they cannot do the activities that people without disabilities can do. And they have a few things to say, how there's nothing really out there in the market that would offer the experience that Derek or Jennifer are looking for. Now we know something about extreme sports. We know that they boost self-confidence, they boost the immune system, and they enhance fear management skills, as well as offering a social interaction. And then the people that take part in these events, they have a few things to say as well. How there's a good way of escaping life, and how it's something bigger than themselves, because motorsport is something that you do as a group. Which is why we're really excited to present to you Project Dragonfly, pure racing experience for everyone. This is a revolutionary project that aims to sell a weekend race car for passionate drivers. Now, the unique thing about this project that offers it for people with disabilities as well. Each car is going to be personalized to each one of our drivers. It's going to have simplified controls, but it's also going to have special adaptations, offering the same experience for everyone. Now, today, we're looking for an investment of £800,000. Now, further on in the presentation, Megan's going to talk to you a little bit more about where the number comes from.
Thank you. But first, our target market. There are currently 53 million able-bodied people in the United Kingdom, and 15% of these earn above £142,000 a year. 56% of them fall within that 18 to 59-year-old age bracket, and 70% of them overall consider themselves sport active. Now, we also have 13 million disabled people in the United Kingdom, and 13% of them achieve that same income bracket. They're in the same age bracket too, however, only 43% of them consider themselves sport active, which is something that we feel is unjust. Together, they have a 10% interest in motorsport, giving us a target market of almost 350,000 people. The unique thing about our company is we have two target markets for one goal, and that's to provide racing for everyone. But it's not just the car that we're providing you. Imagine driving your own prototype around Silverstone, like you can see here. That's why we're introducing Dragonfly Track Day Series. It's 8 track day locations in the United Kingdom. It's fully supported by driver coaching and training, whilst all being backed by the British Motorsport Marshals Club, so every driver can come and race in peace of mind. But the actual car. OBR 19 is a single-seater combustion car with a fully adaptable suspension system, a carbon monocoque with rear subframe. It offers a KTM 450 engine with 45 kilowatts of power. It also has a full aerodynamics package, which has a DRS-compatible rear wing, alongside accelerating from 0 to 75 metres in less than 4.2 seconds. This is all offered with plus 2.5 lateral G. It's all on offer too for just £44,000. If you want to see more about the car, please refer to the customer pack page 5, where our QR code will take you to a catalog.
Now, we know that this is a really ambitious project, and we don't want to do it alone, which is why we invited a lot of partners to take part of this project, like ProDrive, who's going to help us develop personalized composite driver ergonomics to make sure that each one of the drivers is in the perfect environment to get the perfect experience. The second one being Vital, offering state-of-the-art driver monitoring to make sure that the driver's health is at a good state in every second of this lap. And then the third one, RBS, offering ergonomically 3D printed components, because we know that the active interaction of the driver with the car is going to be different for each one of our customers. Now, to give you a quick example of how we actually do them, this is one of the examples that we do with RBS, how we simplify controls. And here you can take a really complex steering wheel, then simplify it for drivers that would have limitations on how to operate controls. But we not only take tools away to make it simplified, we also add tools. For example, in here, with a hand-operated throttle pedal. Now, this is something that we work in collaboration with Vital. We invented Bitcom, Vital Communication System. This is sensors medical equipment that will monitor and control the health of the driver every second of the lap. And it's going to transmit everything for medical team off track. And here you can see some of the examples of what is going to be being controlled from the display, like blood pressure, cardiac frequency, or corporal temperature. All of this to make sure that the driver gets the best experience.
Now we recognise that our project would be huge. There's not a single person that we want to exclude from this. So for our first year, we're actually going to choose 3 main disabilities to focus on, so we can gain feedback from these people and refer it back to our project. So by year 5, we could be producing cars for every single person out there. For the first year, we'll be focusing on spinal injuries, limb injuries, and mobility and physical impairments. This will give us a good amount of feedback, which we can then take to everyone.
Now, moving on into where we're going to be based. We're going to be based in this available building in Didcot, which is in the heart of the Motorsport Valley. Why did we choose to be here? Because we're going to have a supply chain around us, which is going to reduce the cost of transportation and reduce the emissions by having all our suppliers close to us. Now, these being personalized cars, we're not going to go through a linear arrangement for the production of the cars, because all the cars are going to be personalized, which is why here in the layout of the factory, you can see that we chose a modular arrangement, so that everything goes efficiently and effectively. If you want to look into more information about how we make your business sustainable, please feel free to go to the Investor Pack, page 5. Now, how are we going to put this business out to the world? We know that currently, influencers have a massive impact in social media and in society. We're going to use Bill Munger, for example, to showcase how all the adaptations that we do for drivers with disabilities works good for him. And then facing like Lewis Hamilton, that's going to have a massive audience that will showcase our product. And then we're going to use very visual content, because we know that today, visual content matters a lot. We're going to be across every social media platform, because we know that we're going to have young people that are going to be sending Snapchats or Instagram stories. We're also going to have professionals like Derek that are going to be on LinkedIn and they want to hear about our business. But we not only want to be on social media, we want to have urban advertisements. So you can see this billboard in London, because we want to put it everywhere in the city. But what about the people with disabilities that are not driving cars, but rather taking public transport, or using accessibility ramps on the streets? So we're going to promote our business on the streets. For example, here, where you can see the disability ramp, we put our business out. Now, we know something. We know that this is not just good for the UK. This is not just good for the people of the UK. This is something that has to be done in every corner of the world, which is why, after year 3, we're going to go globally with intercontinental expansion. We're going to move our business to USA, Canada, and Mexico, choosing our headquarters specifically in Mexico. Now, we know there's huge potential for this in the motorsport culture, like NASCAR in the USA, and this will be a very profitable business. Now, why did we choose this? Because we're going to make use of the world's most powerful free trade agreement, the United States, Mexico, and Canada agreement. If you want to find out a little bit more into why we chose this in further detail, please turn to page 6.
For now, the investment opportunity, what can we give you? Today, we're asking for £800,000 for a return of 30% of our business. This will give you a return of investment by year 5. And now the finances to back up this investment. And you can see on the left we have our cash flow, and on the right our revenue streams. The unique thing about our company is we have 2 revenue streams, coming from not just our car sales, but also our track-based sales. And we know that today we're doing the right thing by providing this to everyone. So we open this to donations, to sponsorships, to supporting organisations to increase this revenue, which they can then push back into our company and even further promote what we're doing. Our cash flow, as you can see, has a reduction in year 3. That's as we draw back some sales to prepare to go into Continental. So that when we actually move, we're not limiting anyone. We've still got what we need to make it as good as we possibly can. And on the left, you can see our investment breakdown. So your investment will primarily be used for our first and third year startup operations. We then include in some contingency to consider any costs that we haven't seen. Our marketing breakdown. As Alex said, marketing is so important and we want to have it everywhere. So we analysed how much we actually need to dedicate to each social media platform, to each magazine, to each rural investment. And every year we will analyse this to make sure we're apportioning the right amount of our budget to marketing.
This is Project Dragonfly. We know there are drivers out there that want to empower. We know there's people that want to inspire. And there are dreams that together we can enable. Thank you very much for your time, investors and audience. We've prepared some conversation. If you have any specific questions, thank you very much for your time.
Relates to the strategic partners that you are working with, especially related to some of the additional health marketing, for example. Can you tell me about what the commercial model is with these partners? How are they partners to help you explain that in a commercial sense?
Definitely. Well, we know that a project such as enabling people with disabilities is really good for PR for companies. And always companies are looking in a way into interaction with society and improving what is wrong currently in the market. So, for example, we even have partners that during the track days, they're going to sponsor us because they want to be part of this project. They want to be part of this change that we actually want to make. So, it's going to be a good business.
I understand that they'll sponsor some of the track day activity. Will they also be sponsoring some of the telematics and technologies that go into the vehicles themselves, or are you purchasing those?
Yeah, definitely. They're going to sponsor them. And not only they're going to sponsor, for example, the composites or ride-over communication systems, but it's also going to make our business more green. For example, ProDrive, which uses natural fibers and recycled fibers, is going to make our cars more green.
You said you're moving to Mexico. Why did you choose Mexico, not Europe?
So if you move into the slide into why we chose our headquarters in Mexico, we know first that the geographical placement of this country is really good in the world, but the extensive network that they have 76 airports, 117 ports, and a massive land infrastructure, which is going to be really good for transportation. The total cost of metalwork in Mexico compared to North America is 17% less. And especially, this country has access to 46 different markets via 10 free trade agreements. So this is going to make our business really efficient and economical.
Hi there, you mentioned you're personalising the design of each car for the disability market, but you're selling them at $44,000. What happens if all of your disable customers need the maximum amount of modifications? Will you still make a profit and how will you
So something that we have done to account for this is to open our package up to donations and sponsorships. So when we advertised this, the interest in actually donating to our company was incredible. And that donation was specifically put aside to actually prepare these adaptations. So if we have a customer who needs the maximum amount that we can give, we can take that, we can look at analysing our budget. Are we putting a bit too much in research and development, for example, that we can progress and dedicate to them? So our actual strategy is quite adaptable, and we have a fixed amount for certain things, our production costs, our non-production costs, but everything else is adaptable to what we actually need to give our customers.
Fantastic, thank you. So that's the 3 questions. Can we have a round of applause?